Hello, this is RV Vagabond Jerry, and I am in northwest New Mexico in a really small town called Churchrock, which is about 130 miles west of Albuquerque. And from here, I'm going to Chinle, Arizona to see the Canyon de Chelly National Monument. And then from there, I'm going directly north to Moab, Utah, and then northwest to Salt Lake City, and then from there I'm going northerly up to the Grand Teton National Park. So in this video, I'm going to show you a few of the points of interest from here going up to this trip I'm doing to Grand Teton. So the first thing I want to show you is the Churchrock that is at Churchrock. You can see I'm at their post office, and Churchrock is right over here. This is the sign at the trailhead, and it has this map that's kind of hard to figure out. You are here, and there's a hiking trail that goes a long way right up to the base of the rock right there. Now I have hiked just a little ways up to it where they have those picnic tables and this sign, and there's also another rock called Pyramid Rock that is somewhere off to the left there. You can't see it from here, so I think you have to hike quite a bit further before you can see Pyramid Rock. Somebody just told me that Pyramid Rock was off to the left of Churchrock, so I assume that's the thing. You got to go much up further to see it, and I don't see any rocks around here that look like a pyramid. I'm scanning around the area here, and right over here is some really smooth rocks with nothing growing on them. And this Churchrock is much brighter color than any of the rocks around here. And a minute ago the sun was shining right on it, and it really brightens up when the sun hits it just right. So that is what's supposed to look like a church, or I think maybe more like a cathedral. And see how far I can zoom in. That's about it. Churchrock, New Mexico. They do have an RV park right here next to the post office, and they have a really good price for it. It's only around noon right now, and I'm not ready to turn in for the night. I want to do some more driving. It's also cold and very windy, so I don't feel like doing a whole lot more hiking. So I'm going to take off now. Just a few miles from Churchrock is the Fire Rock Casino. I just went in there and had lunch, and I noticed that from the parking lot here, right past that train, you can see not only Churchrock but also Pyramid Rock. That's it right there. That's Pyramid Rock. So we did get to see both of them. How about that? And now you can see both of the rocks in the same picture. How about that? I am now at the town of Window Rock, Arizona, which is just slightly across the border from New Mexico, and I'm in Window Rock Park. You see that rock behind me with the hole in it? That is the window. And this is a memorial park that they have set up very nicely here, and this is on the Navajo Indian Reservation. And by the way, in town Window Rock there is a Navajo Nation tribal museum. if you want to go through and take a look at that. So let's get a good look at the window rock. There's this huge rock side here, and right about almost in the middle is the window rock. The rock creates a really wide cove where they built this park, and these buildings over here is the city and tribal offices. And at some point, the window in the rock looks like almost a circle. Way off to the left here, this is as far left as I can get up against this rock. Let me do a slow zoom into it. Technically, it's an arch. This above there is an arch, geologically, but since it does look like a window, that's why they call it window rock. That is very nice. A couple other things I can show you. This is a fountain that they probably have going in the summer when there's a lot of people here. I'm the only one in the park right now. And look at this. This park is actually a Veterans Memorial Park. This is a huge statue, about 10 feet tall. And if you want to read this about it. And also here's a dedication sign. It looks a lot different from different angles. There are a lot of rocks in northwest New Mexico and northeast Arizona that are really amazing. Look at this one that's right in the parking lot next to my motorhome there. That's a pretty amazing rock as well. Here's a side view of that one. Here's the Navajo Nation offices or whatever is in there. And look at this huge rock behind it. And this is part of the cove here, or you might call it an alcove, around Window Rock. I was driving just a few miles west of Window Rock, and I was kind of struck by this cemetery with all these flags here. Now next weekend is Memorial Day weekend, so that may be why all the flags are here. I don't know if they normally are. Oh, and look, it's up against some really nice rock backgrounds there. This is the name of the cemetery, and it kind of looks like people came a week early to pay their respects to the deceased veterans. So this is where I spent last night, in this little shopping center. It's mainly for the Lowe's grocery store, and there's also a pizza place, and since there's a laundromat here, I did a load of laundry last night, being so convenient. So that's what I do sometimes when I'm on the road. I pull into a town, have no idea what's here, look around, find myself a nice place to spend the night. These stores close at 10 p.m., so then I was the only one here. And it has something I haven't seen before. There are, around the parking lot, 3 of these little parking indentions, which seem to be perfectly designed for RVs, so that you don't have to spread out against several different parking spaces. I wish more parking lots would have those even for people just coming in the day for shopping. The supermarket has hot foods here, and a restaurant they call Cafe 191, which is the highway number that we're on. Last night I came in and had me a chicken dinner, and now this morning I'm having a breakfast burrito and a donut. So I'm giving the supermarket some business. Canyon de Chelly National Monument is a major attraction along my route headed north. There are many overlook points that I want to video here. So I'm going to make a separate video just about the park here. So look for that as well. I'm driving Highway 191 northeast Arizona, just a little ways south of the border into Utah, and I've kind of been amazed by some of the scenery here. So I wanted to pull over and show you an example. See that big rock just standing there by itself, and right next to it, look at that one. And then over here, look at that. A lot of monument type rocks around here. And this is in the town of Rock Point. I wonder how they got their name. Look at that. This rock is pointing straight up. And take a look at the rest of this landscape. The evening sun is hitting it now, making it nice and bright. Wow. Rock Point, Arizona. This really amazes me, this big open field and this huge rock just sitting there by itself. And there's some more rocks off into the distance. They're just all over the place here. There's a dome rock. And I think this thing is pretty amazing. Here's another big wow. Check this out. And this little guy, just standing there by themselves. And here's another view of those two same rocks. From this angle, they look amazingly different. How about that? Well, now I've made it to Bluff, Utah. And they've got some pretty interesting rocks here too. Look at these two. Barely touching there. Really makes you wonder, just how does this happen? It's just kind of stunning, I think. This is the road going to Natural Bridges National Monument. I just wanted to show you some of the scenery here along the road. Out my windshield. Looks like they had to cut a big opening between these rocks to get the road through here. Wow, look at this. This is down in the canyon, sort of. That's kind of amazing right there. I spent last night in Bluff, Utah, and then this morning I drove to Blanding, Utah, and it had been raining for the last 24 hours, and this morning in Blanding I got snowed on. The first time my RV has ever seen snow. So I decided to go where I am now at Natural Bridges National Monument, which is west of Blanding and about 35 or so miles off of the Highway 191 that I was traveling. And camp out here because the weather.com said that it's going to clear up tomorrow so I can get some good video. So I'm going to do a whole nother video about Natural Bridges National Monument, so watch for that one too, please. Here's another interesting site along Highway 191 between Monticello and Moab is this huge rock right beside the highway. And it looks like it has a door right there to go inside. Interesting. Here's another interesting feature right beside the highway. Take a look at that. It's called Wilson Arch, and this tells the whole story about it. There's a lot of amazing rocks in this part of Utah. Big one there. And I think this is pretty amazing. Zoom in on it. You can easily walk up to it. See there? And just walk right underneath it. This rock over here has got some small holes in it too. Just a few miles north of Wilson Arch, you'll see a little sign that says Looking Glass Road. And a couple miles down the road, you'll find this feature, which is called Looking Glass Rock. It's technically a bridge, a natural bridge. And if you get to the right point, I think it'll look kind of round. Someone at some point thought it looked like a looking glass. But I don't think you'll see your reflection in the mirror. Here's another interesting attraction right on Highway 191, just a little ways north of the intersection with Highway 46. It's this huge rock, and guess what the name of it is? This man blasted out a home, several rooms, in the bottom of that rock using dynamite. And they give tours to their home. I've been through it before. It's really interesting the way they dynamited rooms inside the rock there. They even carved out a bathtub out of rock. I'm not sure if it was the man who built it who turned it into a tourist attraction, or maybe his relatives after the guy died. I don't remember the story. But if you're driving along here, you definitely should go in and see it. It's pretty amazing. And they've even got a general store, other things you can buy. It's after 5 o'clock, so I can't go in it. Look at the sign, tour this world famous home, 5,000 square feet. And they even have somewhat of a zoo here with some exotic animals and whatever this is. The guy did what he wanted. He built the home inside of a rock with dynamite. Well folks, I made it to Moab, which is a really nice, fairly small town. They have a lot of small businesses here, no Walmarts, and they have one thing really interesting I wanted to show you as I close out this video of my journey from Churchrock, New Mexico to Moab, Utah. They have a food truck park. It's a really nice setup of various food trucks. Some may be here permanently and some may be here for a while, and they rotate different trucks. So that would be an interesting place to stop and eat. A lot of different things to pick from and a lot of picnic tables. How about that? Hope you enjoyed my journey on this video. Good day, folks.